Good evening, welcome back once again to Couples Classic on ATBN TV. We are back today again with another topic. As usual on Couples Classic, we discuss everything that has to do with marriage and homes. And of course, today is not going to be different because we want to look at this very topic that we have celebrated in-house. I'm talking about fight for your marriage. Fight for your marriage. As a married person, you ought to keep fighting for your marriage. And when we say fight for your marriage, we do not mean you need to put on your boxers or, get into the wrestle rings to begin to fight opponents and all that. No, we are saying fight for your marriage, fight to make sure your partner is at home with you, as in comfortable with you. Yes, the marriage needs to keep, you need to keep your marriage fresh every day. What are the things you need to keep doing so that your partner, enjoys you as long as you are both alive? Fight for your marriage. Now, I'm not alone in the studio. I have with me today a friend, a sister. She's also married, and she's also in the business of marriage, and I guess she's also fighting for her marriage. I'm talking about Madam or Mrs. Sarah. She's going to talk to us very briefly about who she is and what she does. So please stay tuned. Don't forget, I remain your regular host, Pastor Funke on Couples Classic. ACBN TV is a station to always tune in on. You will never regret doing so. All right, you are welcome once again, please. All right, so nice having you here. Can you talk to us? Let us know who you are, what you are into. Yes.
Okay, my name is Sarah. This is Sarah Bebulam.
Okay.
I am a medical personnel.
Okay.
I'm a paramedic precisely.
Okay.
And particularly what I do is care for the sick.
All right.
And we are usually on ground in case of an emergency. And we take care of whatever it is that has to do with, an emergency when it comes.
All right.
That's what I do.
That's quite exciting. You're welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you for joining me today on set. All right. I have introduced the topic for today. We are looking at the topic, fight for your marriage. A lot of people are always very excited when it comes to the topic of marriage. Every single person wants to be married, male, female. They want to be married. And what we tend to forget is that marriage is actually work. Once you get married, you will need to work to keep yourself married and to keep the person who you are married to comfortable with you, happy with you for the rest of your life. So we want to see what are the things, that, you can do to ensure that your marriage remains fresh. Everything in life has the ability to, diminish and all that. But what can you do in marriage that will keep your marriage fresh, that will keep your marriage,
Exciting.
sweet,
Yes.
exciting. You don't forget, you're going to be with one person
For the rest of your
for the
life.
rest of your life. So, which is reason why you see a lot of people want to test it out there. But as a man, as a woman, first of all, let's look at it. Fighting for one's marriage, is it the responsibility of the two persons in marriage, or is it majorly the responsibility of the woman or the responsibility of the man? Let's hear you
I think
talk.
fighting for marriage is the responsibility of both parties involved.
Okay.
Both the man and the
Right.
woman, it's their responsibility
To
to
fight
fight
for
for
their
their marriage.
Okay.
Now, whatever it is that affects the marriage affects both of them.
Okay.
So, fighting for the marriage shouldn't be left for
One person.
one person
I
alone.
agree with you.
So, for the marriage to remain exciting and remain fresh, like when they said I do, they need to bring up things, always keep it fresh,
Yeah.
with ideas,
Yes.
with things that they could do to make each other feel like I want to spend the rest of my life
With
with
this
you,
person.
and I don't regret saying I do. So fighting for your marriage, actually, it's not for one person alone.
It has
It's
to
actually for both parties. So they have to work it out
okay.
together.
Okay.
There's this saying that two will chase what? 10,000.
One which is
One will chase there. So doing it together, there's a lot teamwork. Teamwork would always bring you a lot of, success. So as a couple, when you put your more efforts in your marriage,
okay.
you discover that you're both happy.
Yes.
You are both satisfied with each other. It's not a one person's job.
It's not.
For example, appreciation, which is a very important key in marriage.
Yes, we are going to actually begin to look at those things
Yes.
that we can do, to keep our marriages fresh.
Fresh.
Yes, we are going to look at it. But while you were talking, I picked something. You see, you said something about doing new things. That's to say that creativity is actually
Yes,
very
it
key,
is. Very
very
key.
important. Creativity is very important. And when you're talking about creativity, I want to believe that creativity is not gotten while you are just seated one place. You need to go all out to learn. You need to, listen to other people talk. You need to be in some forums like Couples Classic, where you can learn, tips to make your marriage, sweet. You need to watch films that will address or couples. You need to do things that will make you, keep doing fresh or new things. You understand? To make sure that your partner is ever happy with you. Now, part of those things you need to learn from different, forums and books, seminars and all that. Let us begin to pick out points. You understand? So let's look at the point. There's a point I'd like us to look at first. When two people come together, not apart from marriage, there are times when two people come together, they find it difficult to humble for one person. You understand? So, or humility. I don't know if you get what I'm trying to say.
Yes.
So when it comes to humility and gentleness,
Submissiveness.
submissiveness, gentleness, humility, as an aspect of things that one can do to keep the marriage fresh. Can we talk about that?
Yes.
Gentleness and humility.
Humility.
Yes.
Now, for a lot of times, when people talk about gentleness and humility, a lot of people would say, we're talking about the woman.
Oh.
Yes. A lot of people will say, "Well, yes, who should
It
be
belongs
humble?
to
Who
the
should
woman.
be who should be meek? Who should be humble?" A lot of people look at the woman, but in as much as we look at the woman, we should also look at the man too. Both parties are involved. It's called a marriage. So both parties have to be they have to be humble. But on the other hand, a woman has a lot more role to play when it comes to that area, because the man is the head of the home. Now she has to be humble. She has to be submissive to her husband.
Okay.
And on the other hand, the man has to also, you know,
be gentle.
Be gentle with her.
Be gentle.
Take her pride, carry her along, make her feel like, yes, you are wanted, you are appreciated.
Okay.
So on the other hand, when you do such things, of course you find out that your spouse is being humble, appreciates the little things you do for her because of what she sees you project to her. So most times, a lot of when there's pride in either party, whether the woman or the man in marriage, it brings a lot of conflict.
So what we are trying to say here is that for you to, you know, successfully fight for your marriage, as a man, a married man, or as a married woman, we need to do away with stuff like pride.
Yes.
You know, I am this, I am that, I am the head of the family, or don't you know that you got married to the daughter of a rich man, I am the CEO of a company and all that. By bringing such things or such sentiments into marriage would definitely tell on your marriage, and of course, you will not like the end of it. So what we are saying here today is that gentleness, well, let's talk about gentleness now. It becomes very important for couples to be gentle to each other. You know, kind words, do not be harsh or rude. A lot of couples are usually harsh and rude to themselves. You want to contribute to that?
Yes, a lot of times, both parties, either the man or the woman, being rude in marriage, a lot of, we know that there are a lot of factors that contribute to stress, the stress of couples in various homes.
Okay.
And they bring that to the table.
All right.
And at the end of the day, the other one person is talking harshly to the other, probably as a result of a stressed day, or a whole lot of other factors that's well known to him or her.
Okay.
Now, on the area of talking in a harsh way to your spouse, when you are reassuring to your spouse, you're loving, showing your spouse that you appreciate him or her, and that you love him or her, not just saying it. A lot of times they say it and say, no, she knows, he knows I love him, she knows I love him. But when you say it reassuringly, you say it calmly without any harsh words, you know.
Even when your partner is not doing the right things, that
Yes.
you know, there are two people coming from different backgrounds.
Yeah.
You're looking at attitude coming to play, you know, character issues coming to play. We will need to be, you know, gentle on ourselves. Especially when the woman is not doing, you know, what is expected. The man might tend to want to be harsh or speak in a very rude way to the woman. It's not going to do you any good. So it's important for couples to be what? To be gentle, you know, with each other, all right, and then to be humble, especially for the woman, you need to be humble. All right, so that's very important. If you're watching us, you're watching Couples Classic on ACBN TV, and you wish to contribute on the topic before us, Fight for Your Marriage, please do give us a call on the numbers that will be displayed on the screen. Okay, all right, so another way we can fight for our marriages is when we put up, we're trying to put up, put up with the excesses. You know, there are excesses, you know, a partner may bring up that you are not used to. You know, like I said earlier, we are coming from different backgrounds. There are things you look at as excesses. What somebody would definitely not like based on his own bringing. Can you also contribute to that, Samine?
Yes, there are certain things that your partner can bring bring up that you see as, must I endure this? Must I keep quiet? And even though I have to be submissive, even though I have to be, you know, the wife that I should be, or even though I have to be the husband that I should be,
Okay.
do I still have to put up with this? You know, there are a lot of time. That is why communication is key. When you see certain things in your spouse,
Yes.
and
That you don't like.
It's expected. It's actually ideal for you to communicate.
Yes.
Let him know, let her know that, honey, darling, there's something you're doing that I'm not comfortable with.
Okay. All right. Just like I think I had a call one time from some of the persons who used to call for kind of counseling, and I was really shocked and surprised at her own concerns. She said the husband snores, you know, and she doesn't like it when a man snores beside her. And I asked her a question. Have you checked yourself? Do you snore when you sleep yourself? Because you might as well be snoring
without
and
knowing.
he pretends as though he does not hear you snore and all that, you know, and she ended up, you know, laughing and all that. So you see, there are things your partner may be doing, and it is definitely part of them. There's nothing you can do about it. That is what love needs to take care of. Yeah. Just ignore that aspect. If you can help your partner, you know, to stop an attitude that is not good, please do help your partner. But, you know, don't condemn your partner, and don't let that put you off your relationship. That's one of the things you can do to fight for your marriage. Marriage is hard work. Yes, you are trying to say something?
Yes,
else?
marriage is hard work. It actually takes a lot of work. You know, a lot of times people admire people that have been in marriage for probably 20 years. They don't know
what they've been through.
And they say, I wish I could just be like them. I wish they have it all smooth with them. And they don't know that it was hard work. They had to actually fight for their marriage.
Very, very true. What you're just saying is very, very true. Because you see, many people look at people from the, you know, what they see outside. They don't know what they are seeing inside. And those who understand the concept of marriage and what it means to fight for one's marriage, you see them, you know, patch it up inside, and then when they come out, they look radiant.
Yes.
They look, everything is okay.
And they admire them.
Yeah, people admire them.
People admire them.
And they feel that theirs are not working, but these ones, theirs are working. It's not so. It's not so. You can only make people see what you want them to see. If you don't want to see if you don't want people to see an incomplete marriage, then don't wash your dirty linen outside. Every marriage, every couple have their struggles, but they try to put up, you know, with each other, and that is fighting for their marriage. All right, it's very important. That's comment. I really do agree with you, and I would like us to have it sink. Not all that glitter is
actually
gold. Gold, yes. So every marriage has its own issues, but people manage their, you know, issues. What you see is golden outside. You don't necessarily see what is inside. But the good thing is that the Word of God comes to help every couple to make it in their marital, you know, affairs. So let us not also forget the God factor, because God is the originator of marriage. And if you can apply the Word of God in every given challenge that, you know, surfaces in marriage, then you know that you are going to overcome. Very, very important. Okay. Yes, you want to bring up another point.
Okay. Appreciation.
Appreciation, yes.
Appreciation is very essential in marriage.
Okay.
A lot of times, both parties might be doing things, expecting a reassurance, expecting appreciation from the other party.
The other party, yes.
And he or she is not just, you know, coming forth with it. You know, and the other person might be harboring some intent and saying, doesn't he see what I do? Doesn't she see the things that I do? How is it that she doesn't appreciate them?
True.
You know?
True.
And that tends to bring a lot of conflict in marriage.
It does, it does.
You know,
I agree
especially for women. Women love appreciation.
Men also love
men
appreciation.
also love appreciation
yes.
too.
I think I have resolved some issues in the past where the man, you know, was complaining that the woman doesn't seem to appreciate the little he does. She always sees the little he does as so small. Why will you bring this? This will not be, you know, and all that. Instead of appreciating that offer in the first instance, and then they look forward to how, you know, it can be bigger next time. So appreciation, the woman wants to be appreciated for everything she does in the house. And I say everything she does in the house. The man wants to be appreciated for whatever he does in the house. So let's couples do not look at the look at your partner and say, this is what you should do. Yes. This is you should provide for the family, or you should take care of the family. Yes. Any contribution from any partner should be appreciated. If you want your partner to continue doing things that will keep the marriage together, learn to appreciate your partner. It's very important. And appreciation is not hidden. Appreciation, you know, can show forth in what you say when somebody does something. You need to communicate. Oh, thank you. Oh, you did well. Oh, I appreciate you so much. Oh, you're such a wonderful partner. I don't know if you understand. Yes. Appreciation is not, you don't say, I appreciated you in my heart. No, yes, nobody sees what is in your heart.
She knows that I appreciate her. He knows that I appreciate her.
It has to be communicated.
It has to be communicated.
Yes, it's important. All right? So just in case you are watching us, we are still deliberating, or we are still talking on the topic, fight for your marriage. Every marriage needs to be fought for. Don't get married and go and sit back and say, oh, I am married finally, you know, and that's it. No, you need to keep doing things, fresh things that will make that marriage remain fresh. Okay, yes, and with me on set has been Mrs. Sarah, okay, who is a paramedic, and of course, we are open to your calls in case you want to join us on this show with your own thoughts or questions. Please give us a call on the numbers displayed on the screen. Yes, you want to give us more points. I'm enjoying you, Mrs. Sarah. Yeah.
Yes. Another thing to also look out for in marriage, in fighting for a marriage, is communication.
Okay, communication.
Communication is very key.
Very important.
A lot of times, because of the hustle and bustle of the country, yes, as a lot of people, a lot of couples are up and down, okay, trying to make ends meet, exactly, trying to bring food on the table. Yes. A lot of time they have no time to communicate. Not because they have no time, but they don't see it as a priority. They just feel, oh, I have so much to do, I don't think I have time for that. Now, it depends on what you place as priority.
All right.
Now, communicating is very essential for the progress of every marriage.
Good.
For you to be able to make plans, I mean, projects, do things together as a couple in marriage, you have to sit down and talk. Yes. You have to communicate.
And talk about everything.
Everything.
Yes, talk about everything. I agree with you, Mrs. Sarah. Talk about everything. Many couples, there are things they would rather hide, yes, and then, you know, present the other that sounds sweet. Yes. Look, let me tell us, the truth is, you know, two people coming together, we have our good sides, we have our bad sides. Okay? So there is nothing wrong in telling your partner even the bad side.
Yes.
Well, some will tell you it depends on the partner you are with.
You have,
but
yes,
if both of you have built up this closeness, this, you know, will I say togetherness, I tell you, nothing. They were naked and they were not ashamed. Yeah. Talking about Adam and Eve. Both of you should be naked and should not be ashamed. I used to, you know, jokingly tell people on seminars when I am opportune to minister. I tell them, I tell my husband virtually everything about me. There are times, as a human being, you might just begin to have some kind of feeling, you know, towards an opposite sex, which is not supposed to. Yes. The way to fight that feeling is to tell your partner. It's still at the level
At the
of
level
feeling.
of, yes.
You could just, darling, this person be like anytime when I no see him, you know, I don't feel good. And then my husband will say, receive grace in Jesus' name. And then he comes and he tells me the same thing. And you know, that's just being open to your partner.
Yes.
But when you begin to nurse those feelings,
Bottle them, it
bottle
overwhelms
those feelings,
you.
it overwhelms you, and before you know it,
You're
you are
giving in.
overtaken.
Yes.
So communicate everything. Finance, the way you feel, your sexuality, your, you know, spiritual, whatever, everything, you know, open up. Do not be ashamed before your partner. Yes,
There are a lot of couples that that are not, you know, open to talk to their spouse about certain things.
Okay.
A lot of girlfriends or male friends will tell
Opposite
you,
sex.
I am comfortable to talk to my friends about it. I don't feel if I talk to my spouse about it, he or she will give approval. He might probably look at me as just being, you know, wayward, or just being, you know, promiscuous, you know. So a lot of times they confide in friends that most times might not, you know, give them, you know, the right advice on that particular issue.
Exactly.
Exactly. And truly, you can't help them out as much as their spouse would help them out.
You cannot help them out as much as your spouse. So your spouse comes up as a shield for you. And it's important your husband or your wife gets to hear it straight from you than an outsider coming to tell your spouse what you ought to have told him. And that is exactly why many marriages are collapsing. We hide a lot of times, hide things from, you know, our partners. Little wonder, even when God came to the garden, he asked for Adam, Adam, where are you? There are so many spouses looking for their spouses. They are physically with them, but they are hidden. Mysterious husbands, mysterious wives. When they are back from work, everybody pretends as if all is well. But you are not looking at that partner you're married to. You are not looking at that wife. You're not looking at that, you know, that woman or that husband you are married to, because everybody becomes what do you call it? Invisible man or invisible woman. It's not the best. And don't forget, the children are watching you. They will grow up and begin to replicate the same things they've seen you do in marriage.
Exactly.
It's
A lot of times, the children that usually, you know, a lot of
in the
things
middle.
that they pick.
Yes, they are in the middle of all these
how
things.
they should treat their spouse in future.
Exactly.
They are watching for you.
They are watching.
So for you out there, what are you teaching your child?
In fact, still talking about hiding things for partner. It's many men, for instance, have lost millions. You know,
Yes.
families cannot access family wealth when the other partner goes, you know, goes to be with the Lord. You know, they don't know the bank accounts where fathers or mothers stock their monies
Due to
and all
secrecy.
that, because of their hiding. And then strangers are sitting upon your
On your
wealth,
wealth.
eating your wealth. These
Eating
things
your
are not
wealth.
good.
Yeah.
Please, couples, let's stop hiding. Stop hiding. Husband, stop hiding from your wife. Wife, stop hiding from
your husband.
If you want to be an invisible man, please stay single. Stay single. Don't come and marry and come and be doing invisible. It's very wrong. For some couples, it is when you see their phones, you see the real person you're married to. Or if you check their file, you see the real person
you're married to.
Children don't know their fathers.
Exactly.
Wives don't know their husbands. Where husbands don't know their wives. I heard the story of a man one day who they all went to church together. Husband and wife and children went to church, and it was testimony time. And lo and behold, they called the woman, sister so and so, come and give your testimony with your family. And the man did not discuss testimony whatever with so he still sat down because he didn't know what to expect. And then the woman started thanking God and testifying that outside is parked her car, you know, and then that she just completed a building for the family, and then there's a car outside for the family and all that, and the man didn't know about it.
Oh.
These are things that should not be heard in marriage. It is not the best. So you need to sit down, talk to your spouse. Let your spouse understand you. Okay? If there are things that will make you want to treat your partner like that, it's not the best though, but go for counseling so that both of you can go back and start from the scratch. Treat yourself as you should treat yourselves in marriage. It's important. Then let's talk about prayers. Family altar.
Prayer.
A lot of families don't have their family altars. It's not the best.
Yes.
How can you be training a child in a place where there is the only altar they know is the one they see in church? But husbands should know that they are the first pastors their children will encounter.
There's an obligation.
Wives, yes, women should know that the children will learn how to pray, from them. In fact, women should even be at the what do you call it? Forefront when it comes to prayers, because the man would have gone out. But in the house, you need to pray for your husband, you need to pray for your children, you need to pray for pray. So prayer altar. Exactly. What do you have to say about it?
A lot of times, a lot of couple in our society, due to the nature of work they do, they feel most times I rush out for work, I go early, I come back late, I hardly have time. But one thing you should know is that who originated marriage?
Okay.
God originated marriage. And there is nothing you can do without your source.
You just cannot do anything without your source.
If you cut out of your source, what can you do?
Nothing.
So that contract you're pursuing, that business deal you're pursuing, that whatever it is, project you're on, build your house building, whatever it is you're on, you're trying to succeed that exam you're trying to write.
Okay.
And you're doing everything without involving your source, then most likely you might fail at that.
Very true. You will fail if you don't remember to always go to your source with your family. Go to your source with your family. Make sure that the family altar is constantly hot, because you see there are times when the devil will want to just come and try. So what do you have at the family? A lot of couples, they have lost it too when it comes to the upbringing of their children. They don't inculcate in them godliness. So that by the time they become teenagers, they've lost them already. They've lost their children. Instead of children taking instructions from parents now take instructions from children. And of course, what instruction can a child bring if not for all those modern things they see out there on campuses and all that? I see a lot of women, they are afraid of their teenage sons. When a woman wants to talk to her son and the boy is looking straight into her eyes, as in, what are you trying to say? She's scared.
If she talks to him, he'll get angry and
could beat her up.
And
a lot of children beat
their parents. These days.
That's because your altar has been cold from the beginning. It's not only the church. We leave our responsibilities for the society to take care for us. You leave the school to train your child. There is no input from you. You leave the pastor to train. The pastor also has his own children. We leave our responsibilities, for outsiders to do. You forget that there is just a limited measure of contribution from the society. Your family altar, in case you don't have a family altar, please, I advise in strong terms, start today. Go back and inculcate your children. Bring your children to a point where you need to meet with your maker, pray with them. And as you're doing so, you are securing their future. You are securing their marriages as well. A lot of people have failed in this area, and we do not want to, wish you fail in that area as well. It's important. So please, pray together with your spouse. It's important. Pray together with your spouse. A lot of husbands, a lot of wives are misbehaving because, they don't take things to God in prayers. And God will be watching. Oh, I've not been invited. God does not just intrude into any matter except he has been invited. Okay? All right. I also want to talk to us concerning, fighting for your marriage by submission. Submission. Some couples don't submit to themselves. When I say submission, I'm talking about total submission, bodily submission, emotional submission, intellectual submission. Just submit. A lot of couples don't submit And it also, affects even their sexuality, their sexual lives. You understand? Where a woman feels the best time to punish a man for his misbehavior is when he's asking for sex. And the man is also punishing the woman also in the bedroom and things like that. And then the Bible makes it clear to us that our bodies are a living sacrifice unto God. Even as our bodies are living sacrifices unto God, also as partners, your body is a living sacrifice to your spouse. What do you do to your body that makes your spouse, even when he sees you at the age of 50, you are still attractive? 60, your husband is still introducing you to whoever that cares to know this is my wife. The same also for the man. There are a lot of men who smell. They don't want to understand that these things are key. I don't know if you understand. Some men, when they are, of course, you know that hugging wives is serious medicine for women. And then when they want to now come to hug you, you are not looking for where to keep your face so that temptation will leave, pass by. It's important. Yeah, you want to contribute to that?
Yes. We call it grooming for men. It's actually very important.
It's very important.
What are the things that you can do to keep your relationship with your spouse fresh and exciting? And one of the things you can actually do is your outlook.
The outlook. How do you look?
Your outlook is very important.
Very important.
How you look, how you dress, how you smell. A lot of people feel don't understand that you have to actually smell nice.
Smell nice
to your spouse. Not just your spouse, everyone around you anyway. But we're talking about couples. So to your spouse, he or she wants to know that when she comes beside you, he just, there's this nice smell with her whenever it is I come, wherever it is I'm beside her. There's this smile, there's this lovely smell with him.
Yes.
Wherever it is I come to him. You know everybody's put off by bad odor.
Bad odor. The bad odor could be, from the mouth. The bad odor could be from underneath. There are some women when you sit with them and they accidentally face you, what comes out or oozes out from underneath is so alarming. And some men too, I heard a complaint from a lady who says, I don't want to talk about that here on TV, oh God, but it's important. Let us present ourselves in a way that we know we can be acceptable. If there are certain sacrifices, from we humans to God that it is unacceptable, the same thing happens in marriage when you are unacceptable because of your packaging, especially for women who believe that holiness unto the Lord at all times. It's important. It's very important. And let's quickly begin to round off because we have a lot. Maybe next week we can continue on this topic, but we cannot finish it. Also, when it comes to the medicals of the family, fight for your marriage.
Yes.
Look at things you can do that will keep your husband alive.
Yes.
Things that you can do that will keep your wife alive.
Exactly.
Don't just say, I'm married. Your children, keep them alive. What do they eat? What do you eat? What does your husband eat?
Yes.
What does your wife eat?
Nutrition is very important.
Your nutrition, your medical status. Yes. From time to time, take trips out to go and make sure that the statuses of your family is okay.
It's okay. Go for health checks.
Go for health checks. It's important. Well, we can't finish this thing today. I think we have to, continue this topic next week. But, to add to what we have said concerning the health, Couples Classic is trying to has packaged a program, you understand, that will help couples, take care of their health. A lot of husbands are dying in their prime.
Women are also dying.
A lot of wives are dying in their prime. Children are also dying because couples are very busy. Monday to Sunday, they are going to work.
No time
to take care of. And even the food we eat,
we
don't even take supplements. We don't take supplements to help this our body. So Couple Classic, by the grace of God, has put together a program just in case you live at Ejigbo. You can join us on the 20th and 21st at Akinwumi Street number 23 on Saturday, this Saturday, by 11 o'clock. And that's 11 o'clock till 4.
Till 4.
And then on Sunday by 4 till 6.
Exactly.
Where we are going to have a kind of conference. All these things we have been talking, about. We are going to talk about it again,
on a bigger scale.
On a bigger scale. We are going to talk about it. And then, of course, you can come ask questions. But we are going, the big one there is that there are going to be some special people, paramedics.
We're going to have a lot of, you have a medical team on ground.
Yes.
It's our way of also giving back to the society.
Exactly.
We would have a lot of women screened on cervical cancer, because that is the leading cause of death in women. Cervical cancer has killed a lot of women. And we also advise women to come out in mass and get themselves screened, get to know about what is cervical cancer.
Yes.
And also for other vaccinations are also going to be given, and we are also going to sensitize people on a whole lot of other things. So please, couples, we advise
vaccination.
Yes, vaccination.
Talk about it. Typhoid vaccination.
Yes, typhoid vaccinations, hepatitis B vaccinations are going to be given. You get to do an ECG, All of this will be available on our Couples Classic Conference.
On Saturday and
so
on
you
Sunday.
can freely come in and talk to our team of our medical team, on whatever health challenge that you've been having. We are going to be fully on board, fully on ground to answer every other question. And please bring your children along. Don't leave them out.
Then we are going to have will I say dentists?
Yes, we have dental checks, free dental checks.
Free dental checks.
And of course, for women, we have breast lump. We have breast examination to look out for breast lumps, because we discovered that a lot of times a lot of women are going around with breast lumps without knowing that if they are actually cancerous. So a lot of times we will palpate and look out for, and we are able to discover that a woman has a lump. We advise her to actually go and check if it's actually cancerous. And you can actually be saving lives that way. If someone actually discovers that she has a cancerous lump, she can actually get it out on time.
All right, so that's going to happen on the 20th and 21st of October. That is Saturday and Sunday. On Saturday, it's starting by 11 o'clock, and you can come early so that you can get yourself checked and vaccinated. And then on Sunday by 4 o'clock. We have people who are joining us. We want to say thank you for joining us. Madam Fumi Lola Olowoyo Odunto, you joined and you watched and you said, say I love you to your spouse and back it up with actions. Wow, this is an experienced woman. Thank you for that. Mr. Robert Adibo Jesu also joined us. Reverend Paul Olaniyo joined us. Madam Nkechi Yeneche Ezurumaka also was with us. Pastor Gideon Uka joined us and he says hello. And of course, as we say goodbye for today, on that program we have ministers like Reverend Mrs. Huda Erumaka of Word Based Assembly. She's going to be a minister, a guest minister as well. We also have Reverend Paul Olaniyo from Ibadan. He's going to be one of our guest ministers as well. Reverend Success Aluko is going to be in the house too as our guest minister. We have Pastor Mba Okorafo. Okay, he's also going to be in the house. Pastor Collins Uchechukwu is an Ambassador Collins. He's going to be in the house. And also Dr. Afoma Wolisa is going to be in the house on different topics that will bless you. And of course, Pastor Funke is also going to be in the house. ACBN TV is going to be in the house, and I want to shout out to Pastor Moses. He's been a wonderful man of God, and his wife, Prophetess Faith Moses. May God bless you. Bless you also for watching. Let's see you this weekend and also see you on Wednesday on another topical issue. Thank you for joining us, and God bless you.